We're in Jonah chapter 3, and we're looking at the city of Nineveh, which was a very great city. It says that it was an important city, and a visit required 3 days. Now, we're not really sure what that means. There's a sense in which you say, well, you're going to go to Miami, or you're going to go to St. Louis, or you're going to go to Chicago. You can't really do Chicago in less than 6 days. So there's a sense in which it takes 3 days to really see and understand what's going on in Nineveh. There's another claim that it took 3 days to walk around it, which would mean it's about 60 miles around. And there was claim that there were walls, there were 60 miles of walls around it. I don't know that we believe that. People write their own history. We don't have evidence of that. But what we know is that it's an important place, and Jonah was sent there. This is the second time that he has been sent there, and he's to tell the people to repent. And in verse 4, it says that this is chapter 3, Jonah goes to Nineveh. And he proclaims 40 more days and Nineveh will be overturned. And it says that the Ninevites believed in God, and they declared a fast, and all of them, from the greatest to the least, put on sackcloth, which is a sign of humiliation and humility and calling on God. So to be clear, for Jonah to go to Nineveh, at this point, their enemy, and to declare that God is going to judge them, is sort of like, it would be like a Jew going into, to Nazi Germany in 1940 and saying, God is going to judge Berlin and you'd better repent. And you don't expect that that's going to end well. And for the prophet, you don't think it's going to end well for Jonah, but in fact, the people repent, and they put on burlap and they rub ashes in their hair, and it's a way of just sort of saying, this is what you see, the ugliness here, the blackness here. This is actually the outside. This is the inside of my heart. This is what I look like. I'm guilty, and I'm avoiding food, and I'm humbling myself before God and asking for God's mercy. And it says that when the news reached the king of Nineveh about this prophet who was saying, in 40 days they're going to be judged, that he took off his royal robes and he covered himself with sackcloth and sat down in the dust. And he issued a proclamation in Nineveh by the decree of the king and of his nobles, do not let any man or beast, herd or flock taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink. So this suggests that not only were the people put on a fast, but that the animals were put on a fast. Now, animals are not moral agents. Your dog might look guilty if you come around the corner and discover that he's, jumped up on the table and he's eating the pot roast. And he'll run away with his tail between his legs. But that's fear of getting swatted. That's not moral guilt. And so there's no record of the Jews putting their animals on a fast. But the king said, who knows? Let everyone urgently call on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may yet relent and with compassion turn from his fierce anger so that we will not perish. So here's the point. Here's a point. I don't know what Jonah expected. I don't think he expected much. We'll see some things in Jonah chapter 4 that suggested he feared what was going to happen. But I have lived long enough to see people I never thought would repent and come to God when presented with the gospel, when called to God. When life just brings them to a different point, they will repent. And we need to see here, I think, encouragement to not shy away from inviting people to humble themselves and confess their sins and to call out to God for forgiveness and for restoration. Jonah is going to get some things right for a little bit here in chapter 3. Doesn't It doesn't last, but he's going to get it right. And the Assyrians are going to be the beneficiaries because they are going to respond to God's offer. Think about that and have a good day.